night and in the early hours of the morning. Thieves who steal your mail and then your identity. Now police need your help to track them down.
He comes in the afternoon to deliver it. And they come in the middle of the night to steal it. It's on the increase and police are worried.
It is a concern and it is prevalent.
It's just another unit block, and while residents sleep, their identities are being stolen from their letterbox. These scumbags aren't necessarily looking for credit cards. All they need is your bill. And she's got the mail she needs tonight and is off. But in that bundle was a Telstra account belonging to James, who got a phone call the next morning from a fraudster who claimed to be from Telstra and wanted to know his date of birth to verify his account.
So I said, okay, fine. So I identified myself and I told her I paid the bill yesterday. It's like, oh yeah, I see the payments has come through, and she hung up after that.
But by confirming his date of birth, which isn't on the bill, James inadvertently gave the mail thief access to his accounts. It's that easy.
What they've done after that is they've called up Telstra or gone into a Telstra shop and transferred my phone, my actual telephone number, from my SIM to their SIM.
His smartphone suddenly stopped working, but unbeknown to him, the crims were helping themselves to his accounts via his apps. And then his wife walked in to say their mailbox had been broken into.
And that's when the penny dropped.
So he decided to call his number.
And I said, who is this? And they identified as James. And I said, no, you're not James, I'm James. And he's like, what do you mean? My date of birth is so-and-so. I was like, well, that's a lie.
His identity had been stolen and his life was about to change.
This is a gift that keeps giving.
Suddenly, his accounts were being drained. Cash advances, $950 there, $1,000 here, $500 more there.
One of the credit cards was maxed out.
They were buying up big as well.
It was like, they've done this, they've done this, they've done this, and they've done this. Every day there was something new that was coming up. And it was a constant stress.
Our world is changing. We no longer use our phone predominantly for calls. We run our lives on it, including our finances. So once someone has control of your phone, they have the potential to do a lot of damage.
When you found out that people...
I'm scared.
Other residents in this block
I just can't look over how brazen they are.
just waiting to see if the same is about to happen to them.
I feel very violated that they could just take anybody's identity.
So we find they target the unit blocks because there are a large number of letterboxes there.
Inspector Neil Higgins is investigating this attack and says there is a worrying aspect to unit block letterboxes.
What we found is some of the locks are fairly generic.
Any bill, any renewal, any subscription, they all assist a crim, says Arthur Katsagiannis, head of the New South Wales Fraud Squad.
Obviously credit card details, driver's licences, Medicare cards, personal information, pension details.
But the holy grail is that plastic card. Now, mail thieves also use these devices. I won't tell you what it is or show it to you close up, but they cost as little as $25. With it, they can scan letterboxes until they hear a beep. And then they know there's a credit card inside. They break in and steal it. Then they return 3 days later to steal the follow-up letter with your PIN code in it. But there is a way to get around the mail thief.
If you're getting your bank document sent to you, a bank card, perhaps if the financial institute offers a service, go to the branch and pick it up, or a PIN, the same with a PIN.
And any time you move into a new residential block of units, I would recommend that you change your lock on your mailbox.
Despite all the cameras in this block, it's believed the same two raided the same place a month later. Both times they changed people's lives, all in around 6 minutes. And then they moved on to who knows where next. And if you think, my letterbox is okay, it may be. But as James says, you still don't escape.
Yes, the banks will absorb the cost here, But who's going to pay at the end? It's me, it's you. Credit card fees go up, premiums go up. It's the same thing, insurance fraud.
Indeed. And by the way, if you happen to know these two, you know who to call.
And just in case you don't, contact police via Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000. Now, there's seemingly